Good morning. Thank you for hanging out with us. This is the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. My name is Anthony.
I'm Carla Marie.
And this is our first show of the new year.
It's crazy. Another year. I am entering my 36th year of life.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
No.
Well, this show is now entering, in this form, is entering its 4th year of life. That's crazy to think of.
Well, technically, isn't it my 37th year of life?
I don't know.
Because you know that whole thing of like the age you turn is actually the year you just lived.
Well, yeah, because you live a 0 year.
Yeah, so technically, am I entering like my 37th year of life?
Who knows?
You're like 50 then.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but in girl
So
years,
wise.
you're like 175, right?
Yeah.
By the way, I don't think there are actually girl years. Before anyone gets all offended with me, it is just a joke that I make with Carla Marie. But I am excited to be back, honestly.
When are we going on vacation? Because I need one.
I had
Because that wasn't one.
Why wasn't it vacation?
I didn't sleep more than 5 hours once.
Yeah, but you got to do things
except
you
for
liked.
yesterday.
You got to do things you liked, no?
Yeah, but there was no rest.
Are you going to be the person that comes back, oh my God, I need a vacation from my vacation?
I mean,
Blah.
yes, because that's just what I did.
No. Stop it.
I need a time where I don't have things to do and I just sit around and do nothing.
Well, go make some more money and then figure that out. I don't know what to tell you.
But like the holidays are not a vacation. Don't attack me for that. That's a fact.
No.
Unless you go on vacation.
You are busy, but if you're not working, it's a vacation. Oh, look at that. We got some shots already.
Oh, hold on, Jordan.
Carla Marie has been fighting all sorts of trying to stay healthy. That sentence didn't even make sense.
This is going to help.
Jordan.
What is it?
Good morning. Happy New Year. All right, Jordan's going to drop the recipe in the chat. What is it?
It's called Woo Woo.
Woo Woo. Like the train. I like it. Carla Marie?
No, the train says choo choo.
No, if you listen to our hype train, it's more of a woo. It's like a woo, the hype train sound.
But that's supposed to be a train going choo choo.
I'm going to really love 2024. Cheers to you, Carla Marie.
Are you okay?
No.
I'm so chill this year and you're just so, I can't.
Cheers to you, Carla Marie. Cheers to everyone who supported the stream this morning. And cheers to Jordan and obviously Seattle Cocktail Club. Woo! Hit me with it.
Woo!
All right, there we go. There's the woo-woo shot.
Is there apple in there?
Yeah, so there are questions, Carla Marie, because just threw a mask on when Jordan walked in here. So explain.
Jordan has this rare disease that I don't want to catch.
Stop it.
I don't know. I have a cold. I've taken 8 COVID tests. Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, Carla Marie's taking a COVID test like every single day for the past week.
Twice a day.
But that was the one interesting thing about my vacation is I felt like I was fighting off sickness the whole time.
We were. All I kept saying was, please just let me get back to Seattle, go to this game, and get through New Year's Eve. I didn't want to miss my last game. I mean, everyone in my family was sick at one point.
Game, by the way, would be the Seahawks
game. Everyone was sick at some point. Like, Hawkin, like, I'm like, please, can we just have a little bit of respect? And then my whole family was sick. Then I felt like you were kind of getting hit from your side of the family, too. You had one day of congestion and then it went away.
Yeah, I always get sinus infections, but thankfully I did not get a full sinus infection while we were on vacation.
Just half.
I did have a bunch of boogers.
Yeah.
And I fought those off the first couple days of vacation, and then it was basically like everywhere you would go, you'd find out 2 days later that someone you were with tested positive for COVID.
I was like,
so it was very much like I was being chased by COVID or the flu or
everything.
A million things.
My one niece, before I got back, had just gotten over. She had both strands of the flu at the same time, which apparently is super rare. So she was just like out for days. But I got back, got to do the game. I felt great. Like it was so good, awesome. The game was on New Year's Eve. 11:30 p.m. New Year's Eve, my throat started to hurt. But to be fair, during the game, I was screaming to make the decibel thing go louder because we have the actual decibel meter, not just that stupid graphic that a lot of stadiums have. And I was just screaming because we needed to stop the Steelers.
And then we went to our friend's house for New Year's Eve, so we're talking the whole time.
I was like, all right, this is fine. And then we had to run all the stairs to get to the roof to watch the Space Needle. And after that, I started coughing. And I was like, oh, is this weird? You didn't notice that I kept like coughing.
No.
And I was like, this is weird. I went home. We went to bed at like almost 3 a.m. And then I woke up the next morning and I was like, I'm sick. This sucks. And I stayed in bed till like 2 p.m. yesterday.
Yeah, and you're allowed to do that. That's what New Year's Day is for. It's interesting. I did go to the gym yesterday, and I felt like it was the last day before the craziness of the new year. Because a lot of people don't start their resolutions on New Year's Day. That's like your day to relax, your day to get better, your day to rest, whatever. So today is going to be the day of the resolutioners.
Next Monday.
No, it'll be today.
Mine starts next Monday.
You have a resolution?
Like I'm going to do soft launch this week.
What is your resolution?
I mean, just like focusing on my eating, things like that. But I haven't gone. I have a grocery order to pick up today. But like I don't have food in the house, so.
This is so.
So like I'm doing basically no nonsense November in January.
Okay, but it's not a resolution.
No, it's just a new year.
So what's your soft launch?
Of eating the good stuff and working out. Because I'm not
So you're
working out
not doing
while
it
I'm
this
sick.
week?
Probably not.
Okay.
I always start the second week. I give myself a nice little lead up.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people do that. We've reached Type Train level 7. Thank you very much to everyone who supported that today. Oh, I can share it. What does that do? Does it put it on the screen? I have no idea. Yeah,
But
so
no,
usually
it did something.
It did?
What's that?
What's what?
It's not a person who said that.
Oh, it just said choo choo. I don't know. Is that in the chat for everybody?
See, it's not woo woo. It's choo choo.
I understand that. But I was saying the sound effect that plays.
It very much sounds like a train that says choo choo.
But how is everyone else's New Year's, vacation, Christmas, Hanukkah? Although by the time we were off, I think Hanukkah was over, right? Mm-hmm. That was like the last day that we had a podcast. It was the last day of Hanukkah, I believe. Mm-hmm. So really, it was just Christmas and New Year's.
Well, also, you can tell us how your Hanukkah was, too.
You could. But you could have told us that while we were on the air.
How was your Halloween?
Last year.
Let us know.
Let's see. This actually is a great message from Rain. Rain said, my New Year's resolution is to quit vaping and weed, plus drinking more water and eating better.
Love it.
So the drinking more water thing is, I think, something that everyone should do. All you got to do is download a very simple water tracker app. And I say that because it's easy to say, oh, I want to drink more water.
It's so hard to keep track.
But if you don't set a number,
Yeah.
what does that even mean? And how do you keep track? And how do you hold yourself accountable?
Yeah.
There's like a billion water tracker apps that are free. Mm-hmm. Use one of them. I use the water drink reminder or something on Android. I don't have my phone with me.
Instagram hasn't come up with like a widget where you could share how much water you drink in that day. On like on the Instagram story when there's like the 8,000 things you can do, or like the
sticker?
add yours photo, like a sticker of like, I keep track of it and then I could share it.
But I guess you could do that with an app.
True.
You could just take that screenshot and upload it to Instagram.
But Instagram,
which I've done.
Add it.
But no, I want to bring up the other part of Rain's New Year's resolution, which was quitting vaping. Mm. So there was something that went down with one of my friends over vacation, and he asked our group chat how he should. What's wrong?
It got hot out of nowhere.
Oh, it's that Yeti heat trapping. So over vacation in our group chat, one of my friends, and who will remain anonymous because I don't want to out anyone in this situation,
who is it?
Said he had an issue and he was looking to the group chat to figure out how to handle it. And I guess he found his 14-year-old nephew or cousin, vaping.
I would beat him up.
And he doesn't know if he should tell the person's parents, tell that 14-year-old's parents, or just let it go. Which is why I actually did have our phone line set up. So if you want to call and weigh in on this, you can do that. Carla Marie, the phone number?
201-305-0894.
Now, what would you do? Again, while Carla Marie thinks, 201.
Because I have nieces and
305-0894.
I would say to them, you either stop this right now, or I will tell your parents. I will give you X amount. I will give you 2 weeks, and then I'm gonna stalk your ass and check back in again, and I will find out.
But how would you find out? Realistically, how would you enforce that?
I will follow you everywhere until I see if you buy.
But what if you don't live in the same area? Right? Like if it was, let's put you in this exact situation.
So then I'll just tell their parents.
I'm just asking you.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah. So that's the answer.
So your answer in your situation is you would tell their parents.
Well, because you don't let me have the other one.
I'm trying to see how you would enforce that.
So how would you do it?
I think I would have, man, it's tough. Because that's a habit, a bad habit, obviously, that could literally like kill you, right? Or really alter your life in some tragic way. I think I would have to be a snitch. I think I would have to, but maybe I would do it in a way where
never trust you ever again in their whole life.
I know, and that's the other problem that you're dealing with. But I have no way being, and I think a lot of people deal with this because you're going home for the holidays, you're meeting up in a place, and it's usually not where you live, or oftentimes not where you live. So yeah, if you live with that cousin or niece or nephew, you can probably try to monitor it yourself. But if you don't, what do you do?
But if their parent, your sibling, finds out that you knew and you didn't, then you're getting your ass whooped by your sibling, and they're gonna flip out on you.
There's a lot of parts to this. So again, if you want to weigh in on this, you can call us 201-305-0894. The number should work. Let me know if anyone's calling it and it's not working.
What I tell my sister or brother?
Yeah, who's your youngest niece or nephew right now?
Adriana.
Okay, she's a year old.
Michael's 3.
Next up.
Alexa and Krista, they're about to be 21.
See, 21 at that point, they could buy it all legally, so they could do whatever they want. Oh, what about, no, you have Nick.
Oh, Nick, he's 18. 17,
again,
almost 18.
Okay, 17 years old.
In March.
17.
He would never. But
that you know of. What if he is?
I want him to do something bad. We're like, please do something bad, please.
Why is that?
Because he's just like, just a bum sitting home doing nothing, hanging out with my dad. We're like, please be bad.
Why do you want him to be
drunk,
bad, though?
Do something.
He's got his whole life ahead of him to ruin it. Why does he have to ruin it now?
I don't know. Wait, I don't understand why the choo-choo's still there.
What do you mean?
See the bottom?
Yeah, I don't know.
You never hit send. Hit send. There it is.
Okay.
Choo-choo.
Choo-choo, that's all I had. By saying your one niece's name, you probably triggered a couple people's smart devices.
Which, you know what's the meanest thing my brother ever did was?
What?
Not change the name of their family smart device.
You can do that?
Yes.
To like anything?
No, there's like 3 or 4 options.
Okay.
But he just let it stay on her name. And she was like, it's torture because all day they're talking to it, but I'm hearing my name. And then when they start yelling at her, she was like 14 at that point.
Yeah.
They would yell at her and they would start going off.
Oh, let's see what we got. We have Nick. Give
Someone's
me one
calling.
second. I know, I got it.
Oh.
I'm trying to pick it up.
Well,
There we go. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
Nick,
Okay.
what's going on?
let's see if first.
Hey, yeah. This
Hang
is
on
Nick
one second, Nick.
NYC.
Let's make sure everyone can hear
Yeah,
you, and he's
hello.
super low for me.
Okay.
Hold on, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we can do this. That. And now everyone should be able to hear Nick.
Okay, you are good.
All right.
So
Can
what's
you
up,
hear-
Nick?
All right. Morning, everyone. Happy New Year. Just calling about the whole vape issue. Well, honestly, coming from the family of smokers, my dad did a phenomenal job to make sure I don't smoke as a teenager or adult. So I'm like
Okay.
super grateful for that because everybody in my family smokes. My mom quit like 2 years ago. Uncle, aunt, everybody, cousins. Yeah. So a 14-year-old, man, I would have to tell to the family because,
So
you
you
know,
would snitch.
those lungs, it's not about snitching. It's just that those 14-year-old lungs, those are not adult lungs, you know, like if because, you know, in that new vape that they have, like it can leave you like those pieces of metal and really refined pieces of glass. You don't want that crap in your nephew or niece's lungs, you know. So yeah, and you know they will hate you for it, but they will be like super grateful next Christmas. Yeah, that's what I think.
Nick, you said that your dad did a good job to make sure you didn't end up smoking. What did he do?
Oh, he said if I ever catch you with a cigarette, because only cigarettes were around when I was a teenager, he said I will smash that cigarette straight into your mouth where you have to swallow it. But you know, he was a great Soviet dad. Yeah,
great Soviet dad. That's awesome.
Yeah, my mom used to say, if I ever catch you smoking, I will make you smoke a pack of cigarettes in front of me.
I actually had a friend.
Yeah,
who,
that too. Yeah.
who was caught in middle school, and her parents did. I think she had 2 packs of cigarettes in her room, and they made her smoke all of them, and she ended up throwing up like everywhere and never smoked again.
Yeah, I don't
So it could work, I guess.
Yeah, it can.
Well, Nick, I'm glad it
yeah,
works
it's
for
just
you.
it's harder with the vape because you can hide it.
Mhm.
You don't need matches or not
smell.
even matches. You don't need lighter. Like this is it's crazy. It's tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the
hate it.
craziest thing about vape in terms of a vape in terms of getting caught, right, as like a teenager is if you were trying to smoke a cigarette or a blunt or a cigar for
You had
some
to go
reason,
on your roof.
you had to find somewhere to go do it. You had to light it up, right? There's like a process to it. And
you smell like it.
with a vape, though, you just turn it on, take your hit, and you're done, right? Like it's a much quicker thing and a much
Kids these
easier
days,
thing to hide.
They'll never get it.
Well, I'm sure some of them still smoke cigarettes, although those numbers are way, way down.
Crazy.
Except vape smoking is up. Anyway, Nick, thank you for hanging
Thank
out with
you.
us. Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year, guys. Take care.
I've never, ever smoked even a puff of a cigarette.
A cigarette I've never had, actually. You're right.
Isn't that crazy?
I've had a cigar at like random weddings and stuff. I've smoked a cigar.
They're so
Less than
gross,
a dozen in my whole life.
I don't understand. Like, I wish cigars smelled nice.
Yeah, they don't. They also, like, you feel gross the next morning.
When you smoke cigars, I'm like, okay, that's fine, but don't come near me.
I've only,
It's
in
just
the past 10 years, I've probably smoked one cigar.
Yeah.
It was at my friend John's wedding.
Tea?
Yeah. It was in Detroit.
Is that where they smoke cigars a lot?
I don't know. For some reason, we just did then. It
You
was like
said it
6
as
of
if-
us outside.
But like I grew up with my parents smoking. My older sister still smokes, and my parents both quit when I was a kid. But like it is just, I hate it. Like I can't, like even casinos now. I walk in there, I can still smell unless they're new.
Some older casinos, yeah.
Well, I guess you can still smoke in some spots, which is so insane. It's like it's smoke. It's not gonna just stay in one area.
What about? So that's an interesting question from Martha. Martha's asking me, what about hookah? Because a lot
I've never
of
smoked a hookah.
Arabic people will smoke an ergile, if you will, if you're Arabic, and I don't. I mean, I may have taken like. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I've
Is it
ever.
bad? It's not as bad, but I'm assuming it's also bad for your lungs.
It depends on how you are quantifying it, right? If you're like one of my parents who can sit by themselves and smoke an entire thing, it's worse than cigarettes because it's more tobacco
So why do
and
they
it's
do
more
that?
smoking. But they think it's better.
But they don't do it every day.
Often they do
So
it a
you're-
lot.
Why don't you yell at them?
I do, but at some point, no. Just like a annoying teenager, sometimes they just don't listen. But my brothers will every now and then. I really don't think I've ever taken a single puff of a hookah. But you know what? Since I am Arabic, let's just chalk it up to the fact that maybe I've taken 2 or 3 and I haven't remembered it. But yeah, hookah I've never really done. Smoking cigarette, I've never smoked a single cigarette. Yeah, I don't really
I
smoke.
smoked weed like twice.
I've never vaped.
No.
The whole smoking thing
The
just
fact that you have to
skipped
charge
me.
something that you're about to put in your mouth creeps me out.
That's the interesting thing. And I do
Other than
wonder,
my electric toothbrush.
because a lot of people I think jumped on the vaping bandwagon because they thought it was better in some way.
It's just so
than
funny that
smoking.
people will start vaping with no research, but they won't take a COVID vaccine or any other vaccine with which actually had years of research.
Well, not even that. The interesting thing to me is going to be in 20 years or so, when there's a whole generation of people that have vaped consistently, and there's research on it, to see what the differences actually are. If it is safer in the long run, great. I just don't necessarily believe it.
Yeah.
What do we have here?
Megan said she was shocked when she realized you could smoke in the casino on the cruise she was just on. I honestly, smokers are going to hate me for this. I don't think you should be allowed to smoke on a cruise. Too dangerous.
There is the fire aspect
I know
of
there's
it.
water right there.
Yeah, but if the ship burns, that's like one of the biggest issues that ships try to make sure doesn't happen.
Fires.
Fires, yeah.
But then you're letting people have little tiny fires.
Yeah. Like, what if you fall asleep in your cabin and the cigarette falls on the bed and
if
lights it up?
Cities, instead of having their police sit in cop cars and wait for people to speed,
Okay.
you want to hit your ticket quota, ticket people that are smoking right at buildings and not 25 feet away.
Are you supposed to be 25 feet away?
Every major building, at least, there's a sign that says 25 feet away from the entrance. Because if you're standing at the entrance, it's just going right inside.
Huh. I didn't even know that.
That was a huge thing years ago where people were like, we're not standing 25 feet away.
I didn't even know that. For the mailman said, I've never smoked anything. It's never appealed to me. I think that was also it for me. And plus, I had parents that smoked, and I remember being really little.
I hated it.
Like,
hide their cigarettes.
Yeah, I remember I got my ass kicked one time. So I have Canadian family, and when you buy cigarettes at the border at like the duty-free shop, you can get them for significantly cheaper and in bulk. So when some of my family members would come down from Canada, they'd bring these gigantic cartons of cigarettes, and it was either my Aunt Samira or my Aunt Hilda. I forgot which one of them. I think it was Hilda. I found her carton of cigarettes that she had in her room because I was staying at my grandparents' house, and that's where she was living. Mm-hmm. And I grabbed all of them and broke them and flushed them down the toilet. Man, I got my ass kicked because I threw away like $100 worth of cigarettes. Well, and this was back in like the early 90s. So whatever that equates to now.
Crazy.
It was a lot of cigarettes.
It's a lot of money.
Let's see. Lisa said, funny enough, Atlantic City was in the news last week because they're trying to pass a bill to fully ban smoking in casinos. There are still smoking sections.
Like my sister who smokes, she's like, yeah, but that's not fair to people who smoke. And I'm like, you don't have rights because you smoke. Right, yeah. I don't care.
These aren't guns, right?
Did you see that?
I did. The camera skipped. Did I do it again? All right, we're going to stop doing that.
True. It's not in the Constitution.
Therefore, it doesn't have rights. Isn't that how we do things in America?
Like you act like just because you smoke, people have less rights with.
Also, assuming that it's not fair because you are a smoker means that you don't think it's fair for a non-smoker to say that they don't want your smoke.
Right.
Right? Like it's going to be unfair to one party, and it should be unfair to the smoking party.
I forgot where it was. There was a while when I first moved here, I told her that Seattle was a non-smoking city and you can't smoke anywhere. So if she wanted to visit me, she had to quit smoking.
This is an interesting thing, too. B-Delps, I hate how smokers get breaks at work.
I just had this conversation with Sam.
From Elvis' show?
Yeah, I don't know why it came up. It was
no one on his show smokes.
No, we were equating it to something else.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, yeah, like how smokers get breaks. She's like, and I think people that don't smoke should get 15-minute breaks. And I was like, or you tell anyone, break for whatever you're doing, but your pay is getting docked 15 minutes.
Or we just add breaks. Also, I don't know, do we live in a world now where people are monitoring your breaks?
I mean, if you work from home, like, no.
Exactly. I think that issue is becoming less and less important.
If you're an hourly employee, yes. Like when I worked at Drug Fair, I had a 5-minute break where I would eat a little Reese's thing. A Take 5 specifically is what I would eat on my 5-minute break.
This is an interesting thing from the lawyer in the chat, Jolly Russian Buddhist. That's my brother Justin. He said, the basis for all things, you have to defend actions, not subtractions. Permitting smoking is an addition/accommodation. So you have to defend why smokers should be privileged at the expense of non-smokers. And that would be the lawyer's way of doing that. No, what he's saying is there really isn't a way to defend that. Like, why as a smoker would you be able to say, I deserve to smoke here with a bunch of non-smokers? It's a very hard argument to make. Like, what would your sister say?
I don't know, but she is going to actually lose her mind when she finds out that Atlantic City's doing this.
Does she go to Atlantic City often? Really?
Yeah.
I feel like most of the people
I
know.
But now Krista, my niece, goes. She loves going to Atlantic City. I'm like,
that's cool.
Why?
Listen, I also loved going to Atlantic City when I was 21.
But you were going to clubs.
Yeah, I was gambling a little bit. I just didn't have money to gamble.
No.
I did have money apparently to waste at clubs,
yeah,
but
true.
That was at least fun.
True.
At least when I did that and I was spending money at a club, I knew I was going to have a good time as opposed to
maybe winning.
What are you doing over there?
My nails are falling.
That's tasty. Thanks for giving us your nail garbage. The bill failed last month, apparently, Carla Marie, so your sister has nothing to worry about. I did talk about a bill in New Jersey that I am a big fan of. I talked about it this morning on the Morning Show podcast, and it's a telemarketer bill. And there are a bunch of new restrictions. Now, I don't know exactly how they are going to enforce this.
Well, that's the problem with telemarketers.
But the bill in New Jersey basically states that within the first 30 seconds of a call, the telemarketer has to tell you their name, the name of the business they represent, what they're selling, and give you a phone number for their company.
But here's the problem. They're not telemarketers anymore. They're not trying to sell you actually anything. Old school telemarketers were really trying to sell you things, right? These people are just trying to take your money and give you nothing in return.
Well, they're scam artists.
Scams. There's no actual telemarketers.
No, but a lot of those robocalls that ask you, for example, about your car's warranty.
Yeah.
They are trying, what they're doing with that robocall in the beginning is they're filtering, right? If you hang up right away, they know that you aren't going to be a sales lead for them anyway. But if they can keep you on the phone for like 30 seconds and then connect you with one of their representatives, now they're going to try to sell you an extended warranty.
An actual extended warranty?
Yeah, that's the thing.
On my actual vehicle.
Yeah. That's what they're actually trying to sell you. In most cases. I'm sure some of them can be scams because we're so used to the verbiage. But that's like a real thing. And a lot of times those robocalls are really just a filtering process to get you to an actual salesperson. And whether it's extended warranties or, I don't know, life insurance or what else do people sell on the phone these days?
I don't know. Never get that far.
Like my brother was a telemarketer for a little bit.
I normally get PSE&G. So that's like your
electric?
In New Jersey, though. They tell me that that's what they're calling for. I'm checking in my deleted.
Because my brother, when he was in the telemarketing cold calling, I would call it cold calling for sales. He was calling businesses to try to sign them up for like a package that his company sold that would help you get more visibility online, which was probably all nonsense. But that's what he did for a year. Are you? What you doing?
Hi, this is Don with Fitness Mentors. I'm trying to connect with you to let you know about the free course we are offering and our new Fitness Mentors community on this call. I'll send an email as well with links. Please give me a call back or email at your convenience.
What even is that accent?
What is it? Fitness Mentis?
Well, this said...
Play that again?
Dawn Bed Fitness Mantis is how it...
Oh, it is Fitness Mantis.
But is how it...
Oh, the translator.
I pulled it up in there. Hit Bluetooth.
Okay, you should be good. Are you connected? Yeah, you're connected.
Hi, this is Don with Fitness Mentors. I'm trying to connect with you to let you know about the free course we are offering and our new Fitness Mentors community on this call. I'll send an email as well with links. Please give me a call back or email at your convenience. Thanks.
It sounds like Fitness Mentis, and he's offering you a coat.
A code.
A code.
Yeah. Oh. So he sounds like he's Indian trying to do a British accent.
It could be British Indian.
Yeah, but
Indian British. I don't know which way that combination goes.
Oh wait, he called again.
Fitness Mentors.
Hi, this is Don with Fitness Mentors.
Don with Fitness.
To let you know
I think it's Don with Fitness Mentors.
And
can you
our
make
new
it louder?
Fitness Mentors community. Hi, this is Don with Fitness Mentors. I'm trying to connect with you to let you know about the free course we are.
What is this one?
Effect in 45 minutes. To stop this interruption, press 1 now. Please avoid this interruption. To speak to the billing department, press 1. Thank you for using PSE&G.
Wait, stop that one. Can we call the fitness mentor guy?
We can. Are we going to be like that robo company?
No, let's just see what he wants.
I'm not calling him from my phone, though.
I'll call him from here. What do we got? What's the number?
Well, we're calling Rancho Santa Margarita, California.
You can put the number in there.
I'll tell us number. But this is from October.
Oh, whatever.
You talk. I haven't done a phone tap in a long time.
I'm not doing a phone tap. I just want to see what this guy's selling.
Tell him your girlfriend got a call and you're going to beat him up.
I'm just gonna see what he's got going on.
Where'd it go?
I don't know. Here, do the number again. 949. What area code is that?
Rancho
Cucamonga?
Santa Margarita. So I hit here.
Yes. Oh, I wonder because it's not a regular landline, I can't call it. It's maybe because it's another digital number of some sort. All right, they're not letting us call fitness mentors.
Like I'm loaded with messages. What's this?
I mean, he's already got your number. You could call him back. No,
This is a minute and 30.
Stop it. Why are you putting that in people's ears?
Well, I didn't know what it was going to be.
Oh.
They just tried getting on AOL and called me.
Oh man, that sound gets
Hi,
me.
this is Michelle.
All right, we're done with your
Santa
voicemails.
Fe.
Hello, this is Cynthia Green from Graduate Support. Our records indicate you are eligible for an income-driven program, but never completed the required documents. If you want to proceed with this
That's
application,
all they are.
Okay. So that one is trying to get you to do what?
Sign
A
up.
student loan of some sort?
Yeah, but
But you already have.
that's not true because I can't be. The income-driven things are only for people with federal student loans, and I don't have that. And it's not even called income-driven. She lied. Income-based.
I don't know. I don't know anything about that whole life. I've stayed very much away from it.
From student loans or telemarketers?
Both. Both, actually. So we were talking earlier, Carlin, before we got into the whole vape thing. And shout out to Nick for calling in. Thank you very much. Shout out to Rain for reminding me.
Yeah. That's great.
That happened. And good luck to you, Rain, with your resolution to stop smoking your vape and stop smoking
Yeah,
weed.
if you don't, I'm going to tell your parents.
Well, Rain's old enough to
I know.
buy all those products on their own.
I know.
So what do you have, though? Do you have an actual resolution?
I decided that I wasn't going to sit down. There's nothing that I want to change big.
So you're not going to sit down?
No, sit down and figure out what it is. I think that some people sometimes are forced into being well, what do I want to change about myself?
Yeah.
I'm good.
I don't know if it has to be about
I have
yourself.
goals.
Yeah.
I do have goals for the year, and I really do need to focus on getting organized. That is the one that I do keep saying, and I'm going to really try at. So I will say that is my only resolution.
Yeah, I don't think a resolution has to be something that you cut out necessarily or punish yourself with. A resolution is just a promise that you're making to yourself to do something, right? So what is your promise? How do you, this is always going to be my question when people set goals, is how do you monitor or rate your success in your organization?
I don't know. You can't. I mean, just am I organized? I may think so. You may not. So it'll just
No,
be
but
how
for
I
you,
feel.
it's not about, I'm not asking about me. I'm saying in your world, what is unorganized now and how do you fix that or what do you do? Okay. I'm asking, it's a serious question.
Unfortunately, it does require me to buy things, which I don't want to do, but I need to we don't have the best space and we have a lot of stuff, but we do we constantly are getting rid of things. Bags and bags of things get donated every week. It is insane. But I'm there's just not enough space for two people, even when it comes to cabinets and stuff. So I am trying to figure that out and come up with better systems for how things are organized and put back so that when I go to get them, it's not a disaster.
Okay.
And then I get distracted because I start organizing it and then I forgot what I was doing 5 minutes before.
One of my biggest issues is, for example, if I go to grab Tupperware or something, and it could be the simplest thing. I could just be trying to grab a small Tupperware to put in a pre-workout or something, or a powder, some sort of powder in it to go to the gym. And the next thing I know, I've spent 45 minutes organizing Tupperware and matching lids to containers and putting them and stacking them like those little Russian dolls.
Yeah. So we're working on that.
And that's, when people ask me if I like being clean or organized, it's mainly because I know how easily distracted I am. So I need a clean space around me to be able to do the things I want to do. My dad has this weird superpower. And if you work around him, you think it's the worst thing in the world. But for him, it actually works great. He can completely block out a mess or the disorganized things around him and just do the thing he wanted to do.
No.
He puts blinders on, and that's it. He can walk right by it.
I can't.
And I can't do it. I think most people can't.
Well, I also will be getting a desk because I don't have a desk.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like that adds to chaos and that I start piling things up because they don't have a space to go in at home.
Yeah.
And I'm not like it's not like I'm sitting there and working all the time, but like my computer, notebooks, things like that. I just need a little nook.
Okay.
Little house for my stuff.
Makes sense. What do we have in terms of resolutions for the chat?
Jill said last year she made a goal of hers to put things away immediately. It was a pain at first, but now it's a habit. I'm way more organized and not cluttered at all. That's definitely.
That's a good one. Especially, I find laundry is the easiest one to start with.
Easy.
I think it is because it's something that you do often so you can build the habit, right? Yeah. So if you're doing it 2 times a week, 3 times a week, however often you do laundry, if you get in the habit of taking it out, folding it, hanging it, whatever, and putting it away, the rest of your life automatically becomes more organized because you don't have a pile sitting on a chair or whatever. And that's what I got to get better at, is just saying, all right, I'm going to put it away. I'm decent at it, but I can still get better there. Oh, Marijuana, thank you very much for the 10 gifted tier 1 subs. If you are looking at my beard right now thinking, man, that thing is getting out of control, I cannot wait for my appointment with Miles on Thursday because this thing's got to come in a little bit. It's getting like real grisly.
Well, you said you were going to shave it.
I will eventually. I'll go back.
You told my whole family. That's how I found out.
Yeah, I mean, I told a lot of people I'm going to shave it in the new year. I'm not shaving it. I'm not taking it all away this week.
You said in the new year. I don't know what that meant.
Anytime.
I'm excited.
Anytime in 2024.
I can't wait to see what's under there.
Do you not like it?
I forgot. I'm kind of like, okay, it's something new now. Like I change my hair sometimes.
That's where I'm at with it, is I've now had this full beard like this for about a year. I started it
no more than
October
22
of 22 is when I started growing it out for real. So now I've had it for over a year at like a pretty considerable length. And I think I'm done. Might go with a mustache.
It's like when women cut their hair or style it different.
But I've always been someone that's changed like my hair and facial hair, head hair and facial hairstyle. I just don't know what I want to do with the hair on top of my head.
It's fine.
I kind of want to go with like the new mullet, where it's not short in the top, it's just short on the sides and kind of like a scruffy mohawk. Does that make sense? It's like a mullet mohawk combo. I think I want to do that.
All right, can I see a photo of what that looks like?
Nope, you're just going to see it in real life. But I think I've got to grow out the hair on the top of my head first so that I can do it in like one fell swoop.
I can't wait until you do just the mustache at first, though. I'm curious what that looks like.
I think it'll look real Habibi-ish. I think you'll be able to tell immediately that, like, oh, there's an Arab guy walking around.
No, I think that's how we feel now.
That's true. This beard doesn't help, I guess. The beard makes me look dangerous, though. Like I was on over the vacation since the last time we saw you guys. I've been on like 6 flights and went through the border. No, 6 flights.
4.
2, 3, 4.
4. To and from LA, to and from New Jersey.
Okay, so 4 flights. Went through the border, the New York, Canada border twice. And I feel like I got funny looks every time I got on a plane or went through the border. I got checked every single time. The randomized selection, it was not random for me. It was very consistent.
It's always Anthony.
It was very consistent for me.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be like, you'll be able to tell that I am an Arab man, but I won't look as dangerous as I do now for like regular passersby on flights. They'll make less assumptions about whether or not that plane is going to land. That's you know when people walk by me on the plane, they go, "Oh, I'm going to keep my eye on that guy."
Especially you've been sitting in the aisle, not the window. When you sit in the window, they're like, "Hey, he's not going to do anything."
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's like easier access in the aisle?
Yeah.
What are you, a terrorist? How do you know? I don't even think of that stuff. Lisa said, "Oh my God, you don't look dangerous." Stop. Thank you very much, Lisa. I appreciate it.
I mean, TSA will think otherwise.
Yeah.
Everywhere I've traveled with Anthony, it's always something.
Yeah. Well, it is interesting though. When I don't have the beard, I do get checked less. It's less random when I have less facial hair. No, it is more random when I have less facial hair. That's how that would work. That's what I meant to say.
Happens less.
There are a couple things I'm going to start posting for anyone who, if you do have like a fitness journey for your New Year's resolution, whether you want to call it that or not, there are some things that I'm going to be posting, not necessarily like workout tips. I don't know if I am the person that should be doing that. I'm not like trained in that world, but
Right.
there are things that I do to make those habits easier, if you will.
Like what?
Just like the first thing I'm going to post is the apps that I have on my home screen, the apps that I use to track different things, whether it's my water intake, sleep schedule, intermittent fasting, things like that. And the app that I use to track my workouts as well. I think I finally found like a really good one that anyone can use.
I have 2 fitness goals that I've already thought of for the year. I may change them up.
Okay.
A bit. Or sorry, I may add more. But
What do you got?
they're definitely changed from years past. Years past, I would always want to hit like something different running with Orange Theory or whatever it is. This year, my goal is to deadlift 200 pounds.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
I'm at 135 right now.
I think you could get there sooner than you think.
I do too. But then I was like, do you set goals as in I need to complete this by December, or like you give yourself like, all right, maybe I'll do this one by July?
I think you could do either one.
I know, but I'm curious how people think.
I don't know how people think, because I think everyone does that differently, but I can tell you what is probably the most efficient for your goal is you set your goal, right? What is it, deadlifting 200 pounds one time? Like that's what you want to max out at 200?
Do it regularly,
Okay.
I think.
So that's what you do. You set it in steps, right? You first get your max deadlift to 200 pounds. Do that as soon as you can. And the second you do that, you work towards doing that 2 or 3 times. Once you can do that, you set another goal and you go that way. I don't think you have to wait till December. And I don't think once you hit it, let's say you hit it in March, I don't think you're just done for the year.
That's it. I'm retiring.
You're just done deadlifting.
And my other one is 5 pull-ups. I know
That's a
it's
good
a
one,
lot.
too.
I know it's a lot because I struggled last year. I think I could do like 2, but then I went to go do them at the gym the other day and I couldn't even do 1, so I don't know.
I think, yeah, it's what, July or January 2nd. Get 1 by the end of the month and go from there. You can do 1, like a full pull-up, no assistance or anything.
Well, I can do it not from hanging.
What do you mean?
Like I can do, if I jump up and grab the thing, I can do 1 and then I can do 2.
Oh, so like you can use your momentum, you're saying.
For 2.
Okay.
But I can't hang and just do 1.
Okay, so
If
that's
that
your
makes
first goal, yeah.
sense. So yeah, those are my, and then I had non-fitness goals, I believe. Oh, I want to hit 200,000 followers on Instagram. I haven't had an Instagram follower goal ever in my whole life. I've been stuck at 185 for the most part since we moved here.
Yeah.
I lost 10,000 followers when I told people to support Black people and wear masks, and I'm glad that those people are gone.
Okay.
But I want to get like good people
Okay.
back, so that's my goal.
So there was a video I was watching yesterday, and I don't know who the author or podcaster or whoever was, but it was basically about how figure out your goal, do the thing to get to your goal 100 times, 100 days in a row. So if it's, I want to run consistently, run 100 days in a row, and you're good. You'll never fall back, basically, or you could, but you're less likely to fall back from there. So for your Instagram goal, I don't know if it's posting every day.
I don't know what
100
it is.
days in a row.
I'm gonna start buying followers.
Engaging. I don't know what it
No,
is,
I'm
but I'm sure there's a creator out there.
No, there's a lot of
Who
things.
has
The
some
problem
tips?
is that I don't have like a niche. I'm not like, I'm going to give you 5 tips today for blah, blah, blah. That's not what my Instagram is, unfortunately. And I don't have, like, when people are like, well, what is your thing? I'm like, I don't have one.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go hard on the cat content and give you cat content for like with a purpose
Okay.
of not just
Well,
like, here's my cat doing something funny.
What would that look like?
Here's cat products, or here's 5 ways to get your cat to like you. I don't know, whatever it may be. But I've never really had like a,
Your niche?
yeah. And listen, that's why our boss in radio said I was useless and no one liked me, because I didn't have a character
Yeah.
or a thing. I just was me. And I was like, okay, well. So
Well,
that's how I kind of feel like Instagram
His
was.
problem with you was you weren't a mom and you weren't a slut.
And
I think that's basically what he said to us.
And I also didn't have, and then I wanted to be a cat mom, and it was, no one likes that.
Yeah. But
Instagram,
leaving that in
like,
the past, what would you like to do?
I'm saying, like, I don't have, like, I'm not doing fitness tips. I don't have, like, a thing that I'm doing. So that is everything that I follow and understand when it comes to the world of social media. You have to give people a reason to want to come back after they see your content.
That's the easiest way. But you're basically, think of life as a vlogger, right? It's parts of your life, right? I think that's really where your social media or our social media kind of lives, is in that world. We don't think of ourselves as vloggers because we've done morning shows and podcasts and whatnot. But I think that's the way to think of that. And if you just do pieces of your life every day, interesting pieces of your life, tips, things you learn. You know who I love? That guy on TikTok and Reels. He's black dude, got a great beard.
Don't we were talking about yesterday?
Yeah, he's like does all his videos, I think, in his bathroom, and he does the come closer thing. Does anyone know who I'm talking about?
It's always like food stuff normally.
It's a lot of food stuff or like fun facts, quick tips.
I don't know his name.
Things I just started following him recently, but I've seen his videos for years. Do people know who I'm talking about? Yeah, he shares recipes a lot. He also does but he also does like beauty tips.
You can go to Red Lobster and get like their biscuits to go, frozen or whatever. He does that. Jordan Stallion.
The Stallion? I had
no idea. Jordan Stallion.
Is that the guy? It's got to be. I think everyone seems to know who I'm talking about.
Maybe we can get him on the show.
Jordan the Stallion, Tacoma Swiftie. Thank you very much.
Jordan the Stallion, 6.9 million.
Yeah, that guy. He's great. And what I love about his page is it's super simple, right? It's not overproduced. He's just going to give you some cool tips. He's going to tell you to come closer, and then he's going to explain it. What if, what was that?
It's not him yet.
Quick update, Costco took my membership card. Reason why was because a while back I tried to get their mac and cheese, and then when I tried to pay for it, they looked at my membership card, and they didn't think it was me because I didn't have my beard in my membership picture, so they made me put the mac and cheese back. So I did what any reasonable person would do. I shared the recipe with everybody so that they could just make it at home. Well, Costco wasn't too happy about that because when I went back, the same cashier was giving me a hard time about my membership card, and I said, you know what? Just keep it. Keep the card because I want you to know exactly who keeps sharing these recipes since you guys want to give me such a tough time. So then I shared it with everybody how to make their churros.
Okay.
It's funny because I don't know where he lives, but I've never had a bad experience at Costco.
Yeah, but
I've also never tried to share their recipes.
And they don't really look at your membership cards.
No, they do. I mean, they don't.
The photo?
Not like that. I mean, I would not qualify.
No.
My beard is much thicker than his is.
And you didn't.
That wasn't like a flex, by the way. I'm just
but I'm
saying.
saying you didn't have a beard.
No, not when I took the membership photo.
So yeah, can't hear. It's playing from my speaker. Oh, it's just low.
Yeah, it would have been low because it was playing from the
Jordan
microphone.
_the_ Stallion is his name.
But I think of like that account. You know, you could just do fun things or things that you learn throughout the day. Fun stuff you're doing. I don't know.
I'm thinking I should come up with something like super random that I do every day.
Like what?
This is what I'm eating today.
You could. MOD, meal of the day. MOTD.
No, at what I eat in a day.
Every day?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to film every single meal every single day. That would be kind of cool if you did it and like you then
Not how to make it.
No.
This is what I ate.
I think what you could do is, because I think people love metrics and things to follow, and you just enter it all into like a MyFitnessPal or some sort of calorie counter, and you do everything you eat, and the final post is, so I ate this many calories today. And then you could track it throughout like you can compare and contrast.
Okay.
I think it'd be kind of fun. Yes, Carla Marie.
I was Fred said something about me and I wanted to read it. I wasn't going to read it out loud.
So you're just going to sit there. You were going to take the time out now to read that. Why don't you just read it out loud?
He said that I do have a niche. I'm great at sharing cool creators and awesome people to follow. Some of his favorite followers followers are people that I've recommended or people that have connected on a prior podcast.
I mean, you could even just do.
I have launched the careers of many.
You could just do what's trending every day.
I know I could do that. And that was one of my goals last year. I was going to start posting what's trending videos. That was in January of last year, and I didn't do it once.
Well, it's January of this year, and you can start now.
It is wild that I was like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do this year. And then I was like,
You didn't do one single
one.
Well,
no.
you know what though? If you're gonna fail on a resolution, fail early.
Yeah.
You know, why wait? Why do 3 of them?
No, it's true.
I will say, as people, because we are wrapping up, as people do embark on their fitness journeys, whether you're getting into it for the first time, whether you're going to the gym for the first time in 10 years, whatever it is, one quick reminder.
Put your weights back.
Bingo. Put your weights
kidding.
back. It's all you got to do. If you're like, oh, I don't want people to think I'm a weirdo here at this new gym, just put your weights back. Do all the weird exercises you want to do.
No one cares.
No one cares. We're all doing weird stuff. Just put your weights back. If you want bonus points, wipe that shit down. Not the weights, the bench.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Put them back.
Just put them back. Thank you very much for hanging out with us on day 1 of 2024.
What a time.
Obviously, if you have been with us over the past 2 or 3 years, you know that we're off on Wednesdays when it comes to Twitch. We will have a morning show podcast for you tomorrow morning, and then we'll be back here on Twitch Thursday because our schedule is
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
There you go. And then Monday through Friday for the morning show podcast. If you haven't listened to that, please do that. That would be very beneficial to us. We will see you tomorrow. Carla Marie?
We will see you Thursday.
Yeah, I don't know why I just went through that whole thing and then said tomorrow.